Hey, it's Ann Rose Hart, and today on the Genius Playground, we're talking about introducing intentional laughter to a group. So I speak with many of you who have an interest or affinity for bringing the practice of intentional laughter into your workplace, into a team you're working with, any kind of gathering, and you intuitively get the power of intentional laughter, but it's really awkward to say, okay, what do we do? Just get together and laugh? Like they're gonna think I'm crazy, what? And so I just want to offer you one of my favorite practices that I've developed over the years and give you some language that you can adopt to make it your own, to kind of grease the wheels to get this practice into the work or the environment where you want to play. So the practice I want to share with you is called the Mojo dial. And I like to think of it as your mojo, your magnetism, your life force, the magnetism that people feel. It's intangible. And they say, I don't know what he's got going on. I don't know what she's doing, but I feel drawn to be around this person. I want more of that. How do I have what he's having or she's having, right? It's intangible. It's your mojo, right? You know when you got it going on and when you don't. So your mojo has a dial, and some days your dial is over here, flat line. You got nothing. You're just getting through your day. And if your mojo dial is over here, woohoo, unstoppable, baby. Life force is flowing and there is nothing that can stop you. So how to develop more fluidity on the mojo dial? We have different steps. And this is just a moment by moment practice. This is not something that will by itself create a sustainable long-term life change, but it's the important tool that helps create a different state in your body, physically, biologically, biochemically, emotionally, and mentally. And it's that state change that then can accelerate a stage change or a developmental shift. So this is an important tool for your toolbox. So in your mojo dial, we're starting over here, step one. The first step is simply remember to breathe. The most of us are unconscious about the quality and depth of our breath. So simply bringing your awareness to your breath and allowing your breath to fill more of your body. Right there, you're starting to invite more life energy already. All we're doing is shifting our breathing, letting your belly soften, letting your body relax, let your shoulders drop. What you've done is activated your parasympathetic nervous system. If you can bring in a long exhale, and a shorter inhale. This is the simplest of simplest breathing exercises. You're going to start to relax the fight or flight response in your body and start to relax that elevated level of stress that most people are carrying just all the time. So breath is step one on our mojo dial. Next, our next level in the mojo dial is posture. Noticing, are you slouched? Are you hunched? Are you contracted? Are you slipping back in your chair? Are you standing off balance? How are you holding yourself? And imagining that you have a beautiful golden thread pulling you up toward the ceiling, just elongating your spine, letting your shoulders drop and come back a little bit. Let the lower back come into a very natural arch. Feel your feet firmly under your hips. If you're sitting down, you can just bring your awareness to the quality of your spine and notice how it feels to embody intentional stance instead of whatever your default is. So posture begins shifting your energy. Again, there's lots and lots of different studies and research that you can explore this much further if you want the data on it, but just notice it as an experiential level. The quality of your posture is influencing your subconscious mind in terms of how you respond to the moment, what creative ideas you have available to you. If you're disempowered or empowered in the relationship to the moment, your posture is your way to shift that. So your motion can actually shift your emotion, the subtlest level. And we're going to take that to the next level, which is the third stage on the mojo dial. We're going to bring a smile. Like I said, motion can create emotion. Well, this is where the muscle action of pulling back the corners of your mouth and bringing little crinkles in the corner of your eyes, you can't fake it, This doesn't work. Fake smiles don't have the same effect. You have to bring the eyes and the cheeks. The dual motion of those muscles actually begin telling your brain to start producing endorphins. So right now, just from, are you smiling? See, it's contagious, right? You've activated mirror neurons in the other people. So by me smiling, it's touching the mirror neurons in your brain that make you smile, right? Right? But also it's telling your brain to start producing endorphins. This again shifts your state so that you're in a more receptive mode, a more relaxed state of well-being. And now you're starting to access a little bit more creativity. We've opened the door. Now, next step, next stage on the Mojo dial is ha. We're not laughing yet. Ha. We're having a long warm up for people who are really resistant and skeptical to intentional laughter. Ha. Baby steps here, right? So with this stage, we're just saying the word ha. Now, we're not actually laughing yet, but we're priming the pump, right? And depending on your mood, your tone, your group, you may actually find yourself spontaneously laughing just by introducing the word ha. But the word ha has a couple of important impacts. It's a pattern interrupt, which means, let's say that there's a situation that's going on that people are feeling stressed about, they're feeling frustrated or disempowered or despair, you know, that way in which we slump and collapse, like, oh, what are we gonna do? Well, the word ha, notice how my posture is not an empowered one, but ha, add the posture, ha, right? What you're doing is shifting your brain instantly into a different way of interpreting your experience from, God, it sucks, to, ha, okay, this is funny, joke's on me, ha, that would happen, ha, it can be sarcastic even, just a way of ha, interrupting the default reaction, which is some form of disempowerment, to ha, well, ha, didn't see that coming, ha, ha, ha. You know, you could play with different tones of voice as you introduce this, but ha, number one, is a pattern interrupt. And secondly, it's telling your brain to come at this situation from a fresh angle. And so it opens up this space of wonder, of creativity, of mystery, of openness. The word ha implies some type of humor, which implies some incongruity between what's happening and what it should be, and there's some potential of humor there. I can't see it yet, but okay. The word ha is just our kind of laser focus to shift into that. Now, the next stage, of course, you can feel it coming. Ha. And this is really on you as the person who's introducing this to your group to really own this. The more relaxed you are, the more naturally you can laugh or bring in a lighthearted spirit. The whole group can feel that. So again, we're not laughing at anything. We're not laughing because something was incongruous or funny. We're just noticing I can shift my state by moving the Mojo dial. And what happens when we laugh? We've got the breath built in, the exhale, was longer than the inhale. So we've activated the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us relax out of fight or flight into a more receptive, creative space. We've also started to change our brainwave frequency just a little bit. When you actually let yourself go into full, wholehearted belly laughter, you can actually create a gamma brainwave frequency, which is the fastest brainwave frequency that we've documented so far that I'm aware of. But this is where binding or synthesis happens. This is where creativity, those aha moments, where you've got one neural network that has associated, you know, one association and this other one that is associated with something completely different. And suddenly, oh, eureka, I can see how that clicks together. That's the binding moment. And the gamma brainwave frequency is the moment or the condition in which that happens, right? So that hearty belly laughter is actually really important for those impossible situations where this and this, these are impossible conditions. We need to be more creative. We need to bring more creative thinking. Ha, 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 ha. But start laughing like your life depends on it, because your brain waves are more receptive and accessible to creative possibilities. Okay, so brain waves change. Your breath changes. Ha. You're also starting to produce those endorphins, again, from the smiling, which also is starting to flush the cortisol or stress hormones out of your body. So there's many different dimensions of why laughter is important as a tool to shift your state into less stress, more creativity, more present focus, more possibilities. So if we put it all together, we start with breath, posture, smile, ha, 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 ha. Use whatever tone of voice is ready for you, and ha. Okay, so I invite you to just pay attention to how did your state shift? How did your mojo adapt to those different stages on the dial? Do you feel more energized? Do you feel more present? All we're doing is breath work with sound effects. We're moving some muscles, like going to the joy gym. There's nothing that's externally significant that we're laughing about. We're reclaiming our power to create our own joy, to create our own state, to create freedom from external circumstances to dictate, am I in a good mood or am I in a bad mood? This is a really important tool that helps create that objective observer experience where you're not just caught up in, here's everything that's happening to me, and instead be, ha, 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 ha. I am the master of my own state, therefore I can choose which lens I want to look at this external world through, because you've got flexibility if you've built this muscle. So I hope that helps. Please post in the comments below any questions you have about introducing intentional laughter to groups. If you want more resources, I also offer quantum play trainings where we tap into the power of laughter and intentional playful movement to unleash your creativity and your resilience. So there's a million different options. Please post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and keep laughing, keep smiling, keep getting your mojo up the dial. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.